Right, we are back live, everybody. My utmost apologies for all the hassle and bother that's caused. I won't redo my introductions again. It's myself, it's Zach doing commentary with me. And yeah, we're here at Goodwood. So if you want to listen to the actual intros, feel free to go and do so in the previous stream, but it's not worth your time. Let's just hope. Well, unfortunately, we've lost Jono this evening now, so Jono's not going to be racing. He has just moved house, and he's not got proper Wi-Fi. He's having to use like mobile Wi-Fi. So I'm wondering, normally whenever that's happened in the past, that's what's caused the problems for people. So with any luck, we should be all right now. And fingers crossed, we can just crack on and enjoy the evening, watch the races, and we can hear Zach get all high pitched and excited.
Yes, comes with me doing commentary.
Right, I'm going to put you on the spot now, Zach, whilst everyone's rejoining, and ask you who we think is going to get pole position for race one.
T Smith.
T Smith.
Yes. I think that car suits this track, and also Tom's on form, as we've seen last week, so in combination of the two, yeah, I think it'll be him on pole. I think it'll be a decent fight though between him and Pagani this evening.
Well, let's hope so, with any luck. Good evening, Pete. Good evening, Phoebe. All right, Lennon. Let's go. Let's go.
Fingers crossed. Third time lucky.
Third time lucky indeed. If it doesn't work this time, no, I don't bloody know.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Confidence.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Jono, mate. I feel terrible for you. It's about to win all 3 races. Yeah, no, I do feel bad for you, mate. I really do. It's never fun when you have to ask someone to not race and stuff, you know. It's the one part of running a league and stuff that sucks a little bit, because especially if it's the only time you do it all week, it's never fun to then tell someone they can't do it. So my humblest apologies, mate, but thank you for being so good about it. You're a good man. Right, who's first out on track?
Lioness.
Lioness. Come on, Lioness. Half a lap to go. As soon as we know that they're able to get out, and I mean everyone's out on track, as long as they can start setting a proper lap time, then we should hopefully be all good.
Fingers crossed.
We've done a full system reboot, we've rebooted the stream, we've removed a possible poor connection, and these boys race every week, so there's no reason why there should be any problems. If there is an issue here, then we know it must be something to do with like the PlayStation connection. Lioness, come on. Cross that line and start a flying lap. Yes!
Yep.
We're in! Okay. Right. Happy days. I think everything is fine. I'm just going to double check through the order that everybody's getting over the line and then not staying on out lap. See, it's your fault, Jono. T Smith and Ross working together at the back. Pagani will dribble around on his own at the back in qualifying like he likes to do. Pagani trusts nobody in qualifying other than me. So we'll stay on board with the championship leader for his first flying lap.
No grass cutting so far. Anyway. Oh, SPY and lead call side by side on quali.
That's always good. Right, well, now one thing I will say to everybody that is watching is, as of next week, I will be streaming from my PC. I've got proper FTRL custom made banners, I've got graphics made, transitions made, I've got all sorts of stuff. The only reason why I'm not doing that as of this evening is because I'm going to be using an instant replay feature through my PC, so whenever we see an accident or a crash, I should hopefully be able to bring that to you as a replay in case we miss it or we want to look back on it. But to do that, I needed to be on a different bit of software, and then it was kind of all in between what kits I was using before and after. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that for you fully this evening, but as of next week we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Pagani's going to cross the line. 13.5 is gone P2 as it stands. SPY is your current pole sitter or provisional pole sitter.
Pagani went ever so slightly too wide at that last corner. They lost a wee bit, but I'm not sure that was enough for a 10.
Well, SPY is currently on for his purple again. So he's looking to get into the 13.2s possibly, if he can improve in his second lap. Oh no, he's twatted that wall, which is very, very easy to do. T Smith only 3 thousandths behind Pagani. Nice, he's jumped up to 4th, which is good to see.
T Smith's second lap, he is up on his time. If he has a good last sector, this could be provisional pole. Oh, see, he's alright actually.
He's very, very slidey in that car in general, Tom.
Decent, very nice actually. On the exit, this could be. I think this will be provisional pole. No, it's not.
Still just behind SPY. So, I mean, the he's on for a best
as well.
No.
Oh, he's lost it.
Another 13.5. That's another very, very good lap. I think pole last night. I think I set a 13.7. I think it was 13.8. I know I've got a couple of 13.7s in the races. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys already showing us up. Incredible speed, unsafe release. Good to see him back up the grid a bit further. I know he was feeling a little bit better about this week, so with any luck, and that Hyundai is not slow in a straight line. So as we found out last night, those Subarus and the four-wheel drive cars are not particularly fun in a straight line. So blue flags off in the background. And safe release through the final corner fairly nicely. Is he going to have enough to improve? No, he's not. He's going to go again. Heading around to the last couple of flying laps. Are you still going to stick with T Smith for pole position?
Yeah, I still think he'll pull it out of the bag. I think he's done the quickest laps, I think, alongside Pagani. We'll see. I don't think he's going to do it this lap. Doesn't look like he's on a best lap at the moment. Oh no! Oh, never mind.
13.2.
Never mind, he is.
Is Pagani going to improve? He's nailed that last corner. Pulled to the inside. Oh, just over a tenth behind. It's looking close.
Both get time for 2 laps, by the way, as well.
Yeah, Lee Cole down in 13th of the minute. Stay on board with Lee. He's halfway round. He will get another lap in, Lee, but he's currently having a really good season. So there's one thing that Lee can't afford to do. It's lose time now.
Right, Pagani is purple. Half a tenth, sorry, through sector 1. Decent through right left. This corner is coming to an end, an absolute nightmare of a corner with that long right hander.
Yeah, I'm just standing on board with Lee for a second as he's about to cross the line. He is going to improve, but no, he doesn't actually move up the leaderboard at all. He's on a 14.1. He's still last, just behind Lennon.
Pagani sector 2 time. He's purple. Half a tenth. Can he nick it? Decent round the last few corners.
He will get another lap in, Pagani.
Oh, T Smith 13.1. Oh, he's got to nail this.
Pagani's nailed it.
Has he? Oh god.
It looked like he did. Oh,
it's
12.9.
Oh, what a lap! Oh, they both get time for another lap. No, Tom. That's a marker. Bloody hell.
That's a hell of a lap. 12.9. The championship leader is not messing about.
Half a tenth for it. Half a tenth up. T Smith. Yeah. Oh my god, what a collie. To and fro in. Oh, 12.9. He can't get quicker than that, can he?
We've seen some very dodgy things from Mr. T Smith over the years. If he can beat that, then
that's a 12.9. Jesus. No, he's lost it in the middle set.
Still down, you never know. If he sends it for the last couple of corners, at this point he's got nothing to lose. He might as well try.
He might as well go for it. What's he going to do? Is it how?
Oh, he slides through that final corner. T Smith to the line. Can he put it on pole? It's not going to be enough. Can anybody else do it? It looks like it's going to be Pagani. There's only one person behind him on track, but they are sat there doing not a lot.
What
Pagani,
a lap that is.
That's ridiculous. We said on the previous stream that we might just see a
12.
a 12, and Pagani has very much delivered said 12.
That's a monster lap, that. That is something else.
It's incredibly impressive, isn't it? Championship really gets another point, so he now extends his lead to 19 points at the top of the championship standings. And who's going to catch him?
Lennon getting 7th place is a shock from what we've seen in the previous lap.
Well, Lennon never practices, does he? So it's
how has he pulled that out? I don't know.
I mean, good on him.
God knows how he manages, honest. I can't imagine turning up not practicing for Goodwood. I practice and still ended up in the grass. I don't have any time. Oh dear.
Right, well, race number 1 of what it's proving, what hopefully is going to prove to be a very, very, very exciting evening of racing. So we're going to go on board with, I think we'll just go on board with T. Smith for the start. Oh no, SBY, let's go on board with him. Got a good angle. There's a fair for lights out. SY gets a good launch. T. Smith's going to pull over and try and cover straight away. Pagani's got away well as well. Hopefully everybody comes through clean. Unsafe release, taking a look at SPY. Little bit of rubbing. Unsafe getting a little push from Cartman behind, who's had another good qualifying, both the Renaults 5th and 6th respectively. Pagani's pulled away. Unsafe release is now leaving SPY, and Cartman's following him through in the slipstream. There's a sitting duck. They're going to go side by side into the little kink. It's just never fun, but they've managed to do it pretty well. Good respect shown. Well done from those boys.
It's not easy to go side by side around there.
No, absolutely not.
Done the undercut though there, SVY. Oh, he's managed it as well.
Well, it all looks to be quite
calm.
Quite calm at the minute.
Odd for Goodwood.
Odd for FTRL.
The chicane. The chicane should be interesting.
Yeah.
We don't have any. SPY, they're still going at it, Cartman and SPY.
Surely SPY will yield, yeah, sensible. Is anyone going to tag the ball? Yeah, Lennon does. Feber's going to go through. Bread has dropped off the back just a little bit, but I think we're okay for now. As we start lap number 2, T. Smith's actually in the lead, so he's got past Pagani. I think he must have come down the back straight and got past.
Is there a straight line benefit in that BMW to the Subaru?
Oh yeah.
There is. It's not much. It's not much though, is it?
I would say so.
Oh, is it? Oh, fair enough. Wasn't entirely sure. No, there's a bit of a gap behind Unsafe. I think that was because of Cartman and SBY were fighting for basically half a lap. Well, that Renault seems to be going pretty well for Cartman.
Yeah, he's doing very well indeed. I mean, he had a really impressive showing at Brands Hatch.
He did indeed. A lot more side-to-side action follow back though. Line SC and Blue Flag, sorry. Blue Flag seems to have won out at the moment. That Renault is pretty shocking in a straight line.
Just a big FTRL train at the minute, as we kind of expected.
Line SC defends.
We probably won't see as many all Line SC.
Oh, Line SC, that's brave! That was very brave.
Blue Flag did a sensible thing there, backed off, waited for Line SC to overcommit. And now Kuska's got past as well, so yeah. Going for 1 place, he ends up losing 2. But, I mean, I imagine we won't see as many errors tonight as us idiots in GT2.
Oh, no.
I imagine this will be a lot more tactical based.
Someone's off the grass. That's
Lennon. I think it's alright. Oh, side by side, 3 of them in the background. That's Blue Flag, that's Kuska, and that's Unsafe Release. It's a little gaggle of cars, all very, very close on pace. Bread's managed to catch back up as well, so we've lost nobody yet.
How's Unsafe Release down in P9?
Yeah, possible mistake. Like I said, you know how easy it is to clip that inside of the final chicane.
Yeah, I think we all did it at least once last night, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, SPY has got a bit of a move to play to catch back up to the first two already, 2.8 seconds.
Ross taking a look at Lioness around the outside, coming to the last couple of corners. It's a good run through there, Ross.
As well, there.
There's a massive queue of cars. Huge queue of cars.
Together.
Well, T. Smith is absolutely flying. He's 1.4 seconds clear of Pagani, who's 1.7 clear of SPY, who's 1.8 clear of Cartman.
Pagani had to dodge a lot last lap, around 14.2, which is kind of what the pace we were doing in the first race, so
yeah,
that's a bit off what Pagani's usual, so he's made a bit of a mistake there in that last lap, which is allowed T. Smith to play a bit.
So I'm just trying to evaluate the situation here. It's good to see that everyone's still together, approaching a quarter of the way through the race. These races will fly by.
Around here, there's a lot of action around here. It's a bit of a slipstream fest, this track.
Yeah, Lennon is proving to be the bus. Yeah. So the top five have kind of made a bit of a break for it. SPY having a bit of a wiggle on his own for no reason. Cartman's taking a look at Phoebe, yeah.
God, that gaggle behind.
That is a monumental train of cars. Proper touring car train, that is.
Difficult as well, as you're heading into that chicane. There's a lot of different braking points, and yeah, that's a bit of a nightmare with that many in front of you.
Any surprises on the grid at the moment? I'd say Lee being down in 12th with Ross in 11th.
He seems to catch up with that car quite quickly. But
yeah, I mean, he's 5th in the championship or 6th, Lee? Him and Pagani top of the constructors, so they're doing well. I think Lee and Ross might be working together a bit here to push each other up.
It's a track, though, that some people really do despise.
Yeah, which is understandable because it is a pain.
It really is.
Linus, he just got past blue flag and was dying towards the inside of unsafe release.
Renault is a nice little car on the brakes, isn't it?
It is. It's a wonderful car on hand even on the brakes, but it's it's also not very fun on the straights. Yeah.
There's a lot of them around here, hence why it's a bit of a sitting duck at times, as we've seen last night. Even compared to the Subaru, it's not great, which is saying a bit, to be fair. At least there's no Lexuses like last night. Lexuses were bloody machines last night in a straight line. They were so rapid, it was unbelievable. Lightning quick on the straights. I'm just glad Monza's not on the track. There's not a chance in heck for the Lexus.
Yeah, that would not be fun. I'm still staying with this train of cars at the moment. It's all kind of as you were. Like we said, typically the race one's always the most boring because it's the qualifying order. It's the right kind of pace for that particular track. You know, it's
He's done it.
He's got past Lennon, who was well and truly the bus.
Can he get away, or can Lennon come back? Because Lennon is now going to get the slow. Someone's I think on safety's giving Lennon a bit of a shove there, but he's all right actually. There was a bit of a nudge in the braking zone. I'm not sure Lennon might be able to get a move back here actually. He's down the inside.
That's a Hyundai versus Hyundai, so I don't think Lennon will do anything too silly. I think Cusker's going to stay as he is. Yeah, Lennon is maturing a bit. Feed was off a little bit on the grass towards the side of the final corner. Unsafe for Lennon going side by side. No, that was never going to work.
Unsafe, wasn't it?
That was never going to work. That looked very much to me like an unsafe release error. I could be wrong. I only flicked to them at the last minute.
It was indeed. Lennon was a little bit wide in fairness. He was kind of a bit sideways towards entry, and Unsafe tried to nip it down the inside, which is just never going to go well.
The thing is, you can go side by side through there if you completely trust the car that you're with. But I think it's more down to the fact if you and I was to run side by side through the last few corners, I would know that you're there and to give you the space for the final corner. Lennon probably didn't know that unsafe release was going to be approaching him like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in the gaggle of cars that they're in. So I feel like that's probably largely down to what's just happened there. Linus, he was just flashing unsafe release quite a lot, so there might be a little bit of unhappiness there. T Smith 2.5 seconds clear of Pagani, who's lost a second to SBY. Very interestingly.
That has kind of like ruined the kind of gaggle now. Very much a bit more separated now because Cusker's got away from that, and then Ross has been up to P7 because of all of that, and he was way down the order, wasn't he?
He was 11th, yeah. Blue Flag just made an error. She's now going to be under pressure from Lee, heading down in towards turn 1.
That's the thing here, keep it clean and you're on for a decent result. And Lee and Ross are kind of showing that right now. We're right down the back, they kept it clean and they're now 7th, 8th, and Bread's doing his job in 9th as well. Making his way up. Nice to see Bread doing well in GT1.
Yeah.
Someone who's definitely got the pace now. Oh, still, I've come to discuss.
Yeah, he's probably going to get reset as well, Bread, yeah. Oh
Sorry,
dear.
Bread.
He's got 10 minutes to go, but there's still a massive train of cars from Lee behind.
T Smith still 2 seconds. Very consistent lap times. 13, only 1, 13.8. Everything else is in the 13.4s, 13.5. It's just a very solid, consistent pace. SPY seems to be catching up to Pagani, which isn't anything to do with Pagani's pace, which is consistent. SPY is just absolutely flying at the moment. 13.5, 13.2, 13.4, 13.1. Fastest lap of the race. It's SPY at the moment, so SPY is the fastest man on track currently.
He's catching up to Pagani. He's only less than half a second away. Now these two are going to reignite their old rivalry flame. They can't seem to get away from each other. Pagani's edged it this season well and truly.
Also 3 different cars in the top 3. Yeah. BMW, a Subaru, and a Mitsubishi. Interesting, all 3 of the cars seem to go out not too bad round here.
Yeah.
That Mitsubishi definitely was a bit of an outside choice as well, though. I was expected that to be really picked, I don't think.
Yes, very interesting call. It's kind of like the B-Tech Subaru, isn't it? But SPY has certainly made it work so far this season. Jono's not really had the opportunity to make it work. He's been away, he's had COVID, he's got internet problems. He's just had a bit of a nightmare as our Jono. But one safe release, he nailed the final corner, and he got through past Lennon. Lennon went off by himself. But unsafe recovered well to P9. Bread, unfortunately, is certainly dropping back. It's such a shame to see that happen. But the trouble is, you saw that last night with Bread, and with all of the other guys that were on track. You make the mistakes and you can drop back, and a lot of the other guys last night were making those mistakes, whereas tonight that's just not happening.
Yeah.
Well, Jono said don't feel bad for him, he's just ordered a Domino's, so happy days.
Fair enough.
What would be very handy was to think about it is, I know I ask all the time, but if you boys can like the stream for us, especially those that are watching it back as well, like I said, honestly it does help us reach more people. So it will take you 1 second to click one thumbs up button, and it goes a long way for us, so please do.
That pace, the consistency of pace from T Smith at the moment is pretty remarkable.
It is. Well, I'm just on board with Fever now, because him and Cartman are squabbling for 4th. Cusker is actually closing up on those guys. He's really stepped it up since he got out of the what car was he in the first week? The Toyota. He's now in the Hyundai, and he's got a couple of race wins under his belt, and he's now catching up here. Ross is certainly closing up as well. Lee's managed to get out, and the train has kind of disappeared, so everybody's yeah.
I think that Hyundai is a much better car now than that Toyota. That Toyota has been nerfed quite a bit over the past few updates. So
Yeah.
no longer the same car it once was, unfortunately. So decent decision to change the car. SPY is currently sitting behind Pagani. He's not really in any rush to do anything at the moment. Though T Smith is really 4 seconds now, over 3.5 seconds clear, which is a pretty big gap. But I don't think that's going to get closed, if I'm honest. Time. Only 6 minutes left, unless T Smith makes a mistake. It's unlikely that's going to change, really.
Yeah, he's flying. T Smith hasn't done a lap outside of 13 so far. Pagani's first couple were, but his were higher in 13s. T Smith's just pulled away. He's on his personal best of the race in the previous lap, which was a 13.210. He's only just off for the fastest lap of the race, so he's certainly not going slow as Mr. Smith.
I don't know what, the first week he didn't seem to be a bit concerned actually with T Smith, and then since then it's been flying in that BMW.
He's
just to try the first week.
He's incredibly fast. I mean, he didn't have the best of time at Brands Hatch, did he? You know, like I said, it is a bit of a slidey car and whatnot, but he's I think he's realised that he's got a fight on his hands this season, and Pagani is certainly giving him said fight. So
that's the issue T Smith's going to have. It doesn't matter if he's quicker than Pagani in a lot of the races. Pagani is very consistent, and that is why he's got a big gap with him.
Yeah.
So Tom really needs Pagani to have an absolute calamity of a night, and it's highly unlikely. Pagani doesn't really have calamities of nights, to be honest, does he? You can think of 1 or 2 since I've been in GT FTRL, which is a good 2 years. Pagani doesn't have calamities, so it's going to be tough.
Well, if he does, they're few and far between, so...
very, very few. So, highly... It's going to be very, very challenging for him.
I'm just watching Unsafe Release and Lioness going at it. Blue flag has dropped down the order, unfortunately for him. He's down in P11, he's got Lennon for company. Brett driving about on his own, which is not great for him. But Pagani's still managing to hold off SPY. Fever and Cartman still scrapping away for P4. Now I think it's a bit more of a welcome challenge for Cartman. I mean, there is a gaggle of cars back towards the back end of the grid again, which we'll go and see in a second, but I want to talk about Cartman for a second, because from what I understand, he was brought into the league by Lionessi, along with Kuska, and my understanding is that he pretty much dominates the other GT Sport leagues that he's in, and has always done so. So it's different kind of territory for Cartman here, because he's been introduced to a few rather fast chaps, let's put it that way. It's an extremely competitive division, this one. So it's good to see that he seems to be relishing the challenge, and he's come in probably not one of the better cars in the Renault, and he's won a couple of races, and he's now fighting the likes of Fever consistently for most races now. So he's settled in really well in a good position in the league, but I think there's a definite FTRL champion in there if he can get himself in a car for a full season. And yeah, and I do think Fever will end up winning the championship as well at some point soon.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember back when he joined the first few seasons, Fever and he was in GT2.
Yeah.
Cartman is going to go down the inside here. Changing the order there. But yeah, I remember when Fever started off, and the first season he wasn't particularly quick at all, and then the next season I think was a bit of a turning point. I think he was teamed up with Unsafe and someone else, and I think that was kind of that moment. And I think when he went into GT1 for the first time, that really picked his pace up, so he did, learning from what I think the GT1 guys do. And then he had that run of 7th, I think he has, that season. God knows how many he got of them, but Fever's, I think, one of the best drivers in GT Sport and FTRL.
He is.
Racing is absolutely fantastic.
Oh yes, I couldn't agree more. Well, I've just had a little look now, and SPY is right on the back of Pagani, so he's made his push. His boys will have 2 laps to scrap it out.
Fever and Cartman are still good at it as well, and there's also Leaco and Unsafe who are literally pushing each other down the straights. What a camera angle got there. That chase cam behind those two
I had that
cars was
earlier on.
fantastic.
It was great, wasn't it?
Never seen that one before. Like that. 8 laps left. You've got 2 laps for most of them. T. Smith has got this in the bag unless he makes a mistake.
SPY's just gone purple in the first sector. He's closing on the back of Pagani. He's very, very close to the back of Pagani.
Slip in sector 1 is very powerful. Oh, he's got a chance here. He has got a chance here on the run down. He's got a decent exit.
Now,
this is going to be tight. Where does it go? Outside or inside? Oh, outside.
I don't know how much Pagani will fight this.
Oh, he's purple still.
Oh, Pagani's still managing to stay ahead.
Nicely positioned there. That
yeah.
car. Right, well.
Really lovely done.
Giving it a bit of space there. Oh, who's that Cartman? And Cusker going side by side. It's Cusker's pass.
Cusker's come out of nowhere.
He's off.
He's trying to keep it planted. Fair play. He's carrying on. League hole and unsafe release going at it for P7 as well. As we're entering the final lap of the race. Ross has now finished, so Ross is going to finish P9. Linus, 10th. Blue flags have got past Lennon on the last straight for 11th and 12th. Brett's going to round off the grid. T. Smith will more than likely come round to win this, but for any mistakes. But I think we're going to stay on board with Pagani and SPY to see how these boys end up.
This needs to have a really good exit, and I don't think he's quite got the exit he got last time. He couldn't even get past last lap, so this will be difficult to get past here. I don't think he's quite got enough unless he properly goes for this. He is closing in fairness. Oh, he's off. Oh, he's on. Back on.
Was there any contact there, or was it alright?
No. What was this SPY? He tried to find a gap, and then he couldn't find a gap, and then he tried to go round the outside. But then, as he tried to go round the outside, it was too much on the outside. Oh, Fever's crashed! Was that contact? I might have been caught. Was that contact with Cartman? Because that was a weird position. It wasn't at the chicane, it was before the chicane.
Oh, I missed out on that one. Well, sorry to Mr. T. Smith that we actually missed the race win there, but a fantastic drive. That's 4 wins on the bounce for T. Smith now. He's certainly showing that championship form, but Pagani manages to hold off SPY in a... SPY had to go for it now on that last lap, made a mistake. I didn't see contact, I could have been wrong, I didn't see anything happen, but Pagani finishes 2nd, SPY 3rd, and Cartman I think ended up getting Fever to the line on P4. Not sure what happened to Fever, I'm sure we'll find out. Cusker with a good recovery drive in P5, like I said, Fever finishes in 6th. Unsafe recovered well after his earlier off in P7. Lee Cole P8, Ross P9, Linus 10th, Blue Flag 11th, Lennon 12th, and Brett in 13th. Unfortunately for him, after he's off earlier on, we didn't see too many more mistakes, which is what cost him ultimately. So, race 1 complete. T. Smith, once again, is the man that does it. So we're just going to change up. I'm still lobby host for some reason. So I need to do the grid for race number 2. So, Zach, if you would be so kind, in a second when everyone's in their cars. So remember, it's the top 7 that are reversed now. So is that Fever going to be starting on pole? Is it Fever?
No, it's Unsafe finish.
Unsafe, 7th. Right. So the 2 Germans, Unsafe, Fever, Cusker, Cartman. Okay. So just need SPY and Bread to jump in the cars. Cusker saying that he face planted the wall. Never advisable, I must say. Right, Fred's in his car, so let me change up the grid order. So we've got unsafe release on pole position. FIBA is going to be starting in P2. Was it Cusker next?
Cusker. Yep, Cusker P3. And then you've got Cartman. And then SBY, then Pagani, then Tom.
Pagani, Tom, and then who was 8th downwards, please?
Lee Cole was 8th.
Yep.
You got Ross in 9th.
Yep.
Then it's Lioness.
Yep.
Then Blue Flag.
Then Lennon and Bread.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll give it a 1 minute warning. Who's going to win race number 2? Obviously, like I said, we know how difficult it is to actually get through the field.
Do you know, I'm going to say Tom, honestly.
You think Tom's going to do it again?
If it wasn't, for some reason, SBY by no has got the pace, but for some reason I think he struggles to get through the field quite quick as Pagani and Tom do. And I think that extra straight line speed that Tom has, I think, I don't know, I just have a feeling Tom's going to do it again. I don't know. Gut instinct tells me that. Not sure about race 3. Race 3 is a lottery. It really is. In fact, there's not much between the top 7 in GT1. There's a couple of times here and there. It's not much.
No, absolutely not. Right, well, let's get the show on the road. Race number 2. Things should start getting a bit more spicy now, and then race 3, I imagine, is going to be an absolute cracker. Let's get ready to rumble then. Let's do it. I am going to go for... I think FIBA might win this.
FIBA? Oh,
yeah.
I'd like to see FIBA.
Yeah, so would I. I'd love to see it. Zom coming in with 3rd. He thinks Luther Vandross is going to come 3rd in this one.
Good shout, Zadie.
Let's go on board with the front runners. So we've actually got 3 Hyundais on the front, in the front 3 positions. There we go. Revving up the engines on board with FIBA. And Kuska gets away really well.
Ooh, someone didn't get away at all. Who was that?
I think it might have been Cartman, wasn't it? He's dropping back already. FIBA's had a good start. Unsafe release is still leading, however. Down this first straight.
It was Tom, by the way. Tom's in 11th.
Awful start for T. Smith then. The 2 Renaults already bouncing off. Is that Lee Cole? God, that was Cartman absolutely sending it through, and he's just about held it. Now he's on the grass. It's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah,
he's rejoined. Fred had to narrowly avoid him.
The Germans 1 and 2.
And so everyone's kind of held position at this point. Pagani has got past SBY.
Tom's recovered to 9th, but he's still got a mountain to climb.
Yeah, definitely has. Pagani, crucially for the championship battle, is ahead of SBY, but I imagine SBY... Oh, is he gone wide? Oh, that was really close. SBY nearly lost the car then quite badly. Through the final chicane for the first time.
Tom's got Blue Flag and Lee directly ahead of him, not the 2 drivers who were directly ahead of you to get past.
Certainly not the barrier. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want that in front of you. I can absolutely vouch for him on that.
Well, we'll see how he does.
Unsafe after the first lap, still leading the way. Yeah, see a little bit of grass cutting. FIBA has pulled a couple of 10th gap to Kuska behind, who's got Pagani with him. Pagani's absolutely flying at the start of the second race here. He's dropped SPY by 1.5 seconds. Who's got Lioness, Lee Cole, Blue Flag, T. Smith, the rest of the grid all behind him. So what was looking promising for SPY is now looking frightening.
Right, well, it's whether Unsafe can keep ahead of these three behind him. You know, last race, we're a bit quicker than Unsafe, so...
Yeah, Pagani always goes for a costume change every race, Pete, normally. He's got 3 different liveries for his cars.
Fevers. Oh, it's side by side.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
To be fair, they've done a good job. Fever now is probably going to lose out to Kuska because he's going to get slipstream off of Unsafe. He will have the inside line going into turn 1. Kuska's through. This is going to be a really juicy race. I'm looking forward to watching this unfold.
Pagani is trying, but Fever's going to have a bit of slipstream now from Kuska. Oh no, is Pagani going to get it now though?
My fiance's in the chat with hope Pagani gets wing damage. It's the wrong game, babe, but nicely done.
Nice try.
Nice try. Nice try indeed.
Lico on line S is side by side again there. Still side by side. Who's going to win this one? Lico down his side, line S is trying to...
Unsafe release, off in the grass.
Oh, line S is off.
Oh,
he's
no.
Off.
Oh, everyone's going off.
Oh,
Someone's backwards, Fever's well and truly backwards. SPY's had a nightmare. I've got no idea what's just happened. Everybody's going off. Lennon's dropped off, SPY's dropped off, Bread and Fever is well and truly at the back.
That must have been a monumental collision to cause all that.
Yeah, I mean Unsafe. So the 2 German boys have gone from 1st and 2nd to 9th and 13th, and Fever is 15.8 seconds off of the race lead.
T Smith was 11th a couple months ago. He's not 5th.
Yeah.
Keep the car on the track at Goodwood and then you get points. A lot of them.
Well, Custer is now leading by 1.3 seconds. Pagani is second and his teammate. His teammate's in 3rd.
Oh, this is a big important move here. Can he get past one of them? I don't think he can.
No, he's stuck in behind.
We all have tried to get past blue flag before. It's not an easy task.
I've been in the same room trying to get past blue flag and I know how difficult it is. We've raced against each other in the same room and but at least he's consistent with it, Mr. Blue Flag.
Yes.
At least he's consistent.
He's trying.
He's doing his utmost. He's purple. He's getting pushed from Lion Essie. Blue Flag's going to try and hold this. He will not give up that position, I can promise you that. But he is off, and he's going to lose another position. Blue Flag's bouncing all over the place. His head's gone. He's kept his foot planted though, and he's bumped into Cartman coming back on. It's a calamity from Blue Flag.
Oh my god.
He's going to send it back down the inside. Oh, his head's gone. His head has gone. I can hear I can hear the intakes of breath in the party. His head's well and truly gone. Blue Flag. Game over for the rest of you.
Oh, dearie me. Right, there we go. One down for Tom. He's now got Lee. Doesn't get any easier, does it?
Oh, Blue Flag's off again. Oh, he's bouncing all over the place. Oh, this is just...
Oh, so...
It's just like watching Mike play Fall Guys. Come on, Si, get your head screwed back on.
Poor Mike.
Kuska's lead has been cut by a couple of tenths.
Must be wise having him here.
Yeah. Every single time in the chat that Pete says SBY is going to win, he has a nightmare. So Pete, you need to start saying that he's going to do bad. Bit of reverse psychology. Yeah. There we go.
Well, Kuska still doing a decent job out in that lead there. Decent times, consistent. He has got Pagani on the hunt now. And Lee's having a good job. Well, all of a sudden, Lee has found some pace. A 13.4, which is miles quicker than his quality time.
Yeah.
I think it was a 14's flat or something. It's a good he's purple by a 10th and a half as well now. What's happened, Lee? He's found some pace. Go on, Lee.
Good to see. I want to see Lee doing well. Pagani's right on the back of Kuska.
Yeah, he's going to get past quickly as well. There's a T Smith on the hunt. From
I wouldn't
P11
call him
now.
that. Oh, you said Hunt, sorry.
Oh. I mean, he has the other thing as well. But
Easy, easy. Oh, Pagani running in the grass. He's trying hard. The championship leaders, but Kusk under pressure. He's got a good run going down towards turn 1. Lee now under pressure from T Smith. Pagani's probably just, he knows where T Smith is, and he does not want to lose any more points to him. Pagani's still got an 18-point gap to T Smith in the championship. However, he does not want to lose any more points, because those 1 points will turn into 2 points, and you know how the knock-on reaction will be from that. So
T Smith on the outside. That's brave. That's very brave.
that's brave, and it's also brilliant. Nicely done.
Oh, Lee's not going to give this up though. He's on the outside still. Still there.
Turns into T Smith a little bit. Yeah, Lee with his Hoover cam probably didn't know the complete angle there, and he's ended up losing 2 positions from it.
Well, I just noticed as well, in that last lap, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th are all in the 13.2s and 13.3s, which is rapid times, all 4 of them.
It's a little bit crazy, but Pagani has got past Kuska. I apologise, Pagani, for missing that. Just keeping an eye on what else was happening, but Kuska just needs to stay with him, nearly halfway through the race.
Can T Smith close up?
I imagine he will probably give it a damn good go. I'd be surprised if he doesn't gain time on these boys.
Well, he can gain enough time past Kuska and then gain enough time and get past Pagani will be the issue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jinx anybody, but I would back Pagani from this position. As much as I mean, Pagani would be the first person to admit this, that T Smith is the best driver that we've got and we've ever had.
Yeah.
However, you know, I wouldn't say that he's absolute light years ahead of Pagani. Like,
no, he's not.
From all Fever's left, unfortunately. He's had enough for the evening. Shame to see, it does happen from time to time. Unusual for Fever, but yeah, I don't think he must have had a collision earlier on, because normally Fever would not react in such a way if he's had a poor evening by his own accord. So hopefully he might clear his head and come back for the final race, but we'll see.
T Smith is flying in this lap as well. A very good lap. Pulls not to back of Kuska. There we go, fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he's certainly quick, and although Linus, to be fair to him, is not losing huge amounts of time, no.
Oh, Tom! Oh, that was close.
He's giving it some.
That was as far as you'd like to go there. That was properly on the limit, and he's not had a good sector 1 because of it. And Linus is right there now. Well, these two working together would be the best idea right now, because they can still both get a podium here.
Yeah.
And then get past Kuska. What's happening down the back end? SUI is still stuck in 10th, and he's not really going anywhere either.
Ross
the thing.
is scrapping with Cartman in for 6th. Lennon has got unsafe release right behind him. And like I say, SPY, it's just, for some reason, he's had such good pace, but I mean, he says this to me all the time, that for a couple of the weeks of the season he'll have 1 or 2 wobbles.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's the only reason why he's not won a championship yet, because he's come mighty close to it, and he's certainly quick enough.
It's just that it's just that tiny bit of consistency that Gary and T Smith have over him.
Well, with SPY, he's always been incredibly quick. First of all, when he first joined for the first couple of seasons, I want to say his racecraft wasn't probably quite where it is now, which is what cost him. And I don't mean that in like he was never a bad driver or a dirty driver.
No,
what I mean by that is his racecraft in terms of managing a race. When he was in a better position, sometimes he would fight like tooth and nail for a position he didn't need to. Whereas now he doesn't do that as much, and he's definitely benefited from it.
Don't want to pick your battles.
Yeah, well, Pagani 2.5 clear. Kuska is now under pressure from the reigning champ.
There's a big, massive gaggle, by the way. It's 6 to 59th, and it's proper, getting quite feisty now. Quite a few of them.
Okay, so we've got Ross, Cartman, Lennon, and Unsafe Release in this one.
Cartman's
Oh,
a bit of a shove.
who
Where's
that?
Lee? What on earth was Lee going?
Lee's trying to retrieve there. Oh, he's just smashed into the final
What
chicane.
is he doing?
Oh, Lee. His head's
he's been
gone.
reset. What is he doing? What was he? I don't get
The
that. He
meltdown.
came back on and then he just hit the. It didn't even. It wasn't even like an attempt to go for the
No,
chicane.
it's a meltdown. That's all it is. T.
That was
Smith
odd.
making a move on Kuska.
That's important.
Side by side, this is really important. Let's see what he's made of. Oh, Kuska's going to try it. T. Smith manages to hold on. Lioness right behind as well. And there's a 7-second gap
seconds.
back to Lennon. Yeah. In 7 minutes, though. That's the all-important bit.
That's I mean, if he can catch that, I highly doubt it, because Pagani is going a lot quicker than he did last race.
This is a monumental train for P5.
It is indeed, isn't it?
It's a monster of a train.
And because they're fighting, it's allowed unsafe to join in now as well. Oh god, unsafe and blue flag, oh dear. Oh god, this is going to be interesting. The final view.
Oh, unsafe release gives blue flag a big push.
Oh dear. That was a bit naughty.
Probably wasn't on purpose. Oh, Lee's really trying hard as well.
Blue flag's just went to visit the pit wall there. Just missed it.
Well, the gap 3.3 seconds still between Pagani and T. Smith. So effectively,
to be honest,
yeah, go on.
I think unless Pagani makes a mistake.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I do agree. But effectively at this point, Pagani is, if it stays as it is, he's 1 point up on T. Smith tonight. T. Smith won the first race. Pagani looks like he might win the second, and he got pole, which is an extra point. So as dominating as T. Smith was,
The battle for this last podium position looks interesting. Oscar and Lioness.
these two know each other very well, and don't dismiss the fact that one of them could get past T. Smith as well. He is carrying a penalty as well. Oh, Lionessy!
That was committed.
Yeah, well, Lennon's still in P5, holding up the train. Ross is tucked in behind. SPY has recovered well, as we know he can do. He's in 7th, Unsafe is 8th, Cartman 9th, Blue Flag and Bread are on their way.
Here comes Ross. Here comes Ross. Step aside for turn 1. Oh, that was... Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Messy.
Ross got a massive punt
Messy.
from behind.
Oh, there's a lot of bumping going on here. This is interesting, this battle. This is...
It's great. Love
this
it.
is the one to watch here.
Send it.
Oh, Cartman, that's the grass, mate. Watch that. Watch the green stuff, please.
He's not lucky he's not lost too much time. Well, Lee's definitely catching up to this group, and they're probably going to catch up even more because they're going to squabble like mad.
Oh,
T. Smith's got a couple more tenths of a gap, but he's by no means safe.
He's really impressing me here. He's absolutely flying, that man. That's...
Yeah, Linus is doing an amazing job.
Kind of come out of nowhere, this is... I've seen this kind of pace from Lioness before. This is...
Well, he's got it in him, but the trouble is he's also he's inside his own head quite a lot of the time.
He's a bit of a Mike in that way, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like so neck. I'm like that as well, to be fair.
Yeah, you're a nightmare. Only 3.6 clear, so T. Smith is not closing. It's just roll reverse. And now Lioness is putting Tom under a lot of pressure as they're approaching the last couple of laps.
I mean, Tom has got rid of the penalty, which is...
Yeah, well, that's crucial.
As you seen last night with you, it's a bit of a nightmare to get rid of. really to get rid of it unless you actually purposely do. There's no way you can kind of get rid of it by accident, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, Ross has cleared Lennon now, so hopefully for Ross, if he can pull a bit of a gap to Lennon, get that out of slipstream range, and he should be able to lose 3/10 on the line to Lennon, providing he can just have a good couple of laps, create a bit of a gap to Lennon, and then hopefully for Ross's sake, Lennon will do what he's just done there and go on the grass. And it's all sorts of trains and battles and squabbles going on behind, and Lee's now only 1.5 seconds off. So I think Lee will be there towards the end, but how much he'll be able to do with all of that, I don't know.
I think Lee's confidence has went as well after that little incident he had earlier on. His pace is nowhere near what he was doing at the start of the race, so I think it's definitely a confidence track, this one. When you make a mistake, sometimes your head just goes into you.
Yeah.
It really does. Very much a confidence track, this one. You get the pace round here from flinging it in, and unless you trust the car completely, it's a very difficult track to make any sort of time up. Pagani is still the exact same time ahead. He's very
Lennon's got back fast, Ross.
There's a limit SPY to close up, and that's the issue, because both of these have got penalties to get rid of, so they need to fight and get past.
Well, Lennon's got 1.9 seconds, so if Ross can just sort of slowly ease his penalty down and not drive into the wall, no. SPY is going to go through. Ross just needs to get rid of that penalty, because he'll definitely gain a place on Lennon. 100% he'll gain a place on Lennon, and this should be his final lap. But he needs to bleed that penalty.
Cusker, line S8. Oh, that's side by side for the. Oh my god. Oh, they've done it.
Lovely driving.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's brave. Don't actually know who was ahead before that. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway.
Yeah, these boys have raced each other for a long time as well. Lioness, he brought Cusker into the league. Cusker's going to have the run on him here though, because of that high Hyundai speed.
And they obviously trust each other a lot
yeah,
to do that.
Yeah, Lioness, he can tuck in behind. These boys are going to be the only ones to get another lap.
Yeah.
I think. I can't see the other guys getting another lap in. T. Smith has not closed the gap. He's actually lost time, to be honest. Cusker's up in the background.
The both. I think Lioness, he hit Cusker slightly. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
Well, Lennon is through. Has Ross hasn't got rid of his penalty. Blue flags skidding off in the background. Ross got rid of his penalty, but he's going to lose positions on the line. He's lost 3 places. He did it too early. SPY recovered to 5th. Cartman 6th. Blue flag 7th. Unsafe 8th. Ross finishes 9th. Lennon all the way down in 10th. Lee 11th. And Bread, unfortunately for him, has not ended his race well. Pagani's going to come round to win the race, what it looks like, and Lioness and Cusker have actually got a little bit of space between them, so it's kind of as you were, unless Cusker can do something in this last half a lap. He will have slipstream and he will have a run, but I think he might be a little bit too far back to do anything with it. Stay on board with him here. He's really gaining.
That Renault's shocking in our straight line.
Yeah. Cusker's just got to go for this.
He needs to fling it into the corner.
Lioness to not hit the final wall. Cusker's going to have a run to the line. Is it going to be enough?
Nah.
Yeah, he's going to push him over. Nicely done. Those boys drove really, really well in that race. Lioness 3rd, Cusker 4th. T. Smith is losing 1 point to Pagani so far, so he needs Pagani to have a nightmare and he needs to have a great race. But for what seems like the millionth time in GT Sport, the race winner is FTRL Pagani. So we're going to see a full reverse grid for the final race. We're going to see Bread on pole position. We're going to see Lee Cole starting in 2nd. Then we've got Lennon, Ross, Unsafe and Blue Flag, Cartman, SPY, Cusker, Lioness, T. Smith and Pagani. That's a really daunting task for those boys at the back to get through. Final race of the evening, final 20 minutes. He's going to be starting in just a couple.
It's not an easy track to get past people, so
No.
trying to get past 11 drivers, which are pretty similar to you on pace. There's not that much between you. Is round here is a hell of a task.
Yep. It's not going to be fun. I can promise you that. It's going to be entertaining for us, but it's not going to be fun for them. That's one thing I can pretty much guarantee. Who are you going to put your money on? That's the question.
If I was to, oh, that's a difficult question, by the way. Honestly, you could bet any of them. I would go for SPY.
Cusker not too pleased with T. Smith by the looks of things, which is well, we've lost a switchback. He's decided that his internet's not going to work, so it looks like it's just going to be me for now, doing the final race. Don't know if there's any Wi-Fi issues for our young squeaky Scottish man. One minute warning for the boys to compose themselves for the final race of the night, and what will end up being the halfway point of the season. And at the moment, Pagani has a 19-point championship lead. Lennon saying he can't wait to get shagged by everyone in this race. Lennon, you've done better than you think. You just need to not get penalties, and if you do get penalties, then sit behind the car ahead and just lift off a little bit earlier than what you normally would and bleed the penalty off. I had penalties last night and it wasn't fun. So I'll give them another 30 seconds before we get underway. Peteman in the chat saying that SY is going to have a nightmare, worst race ever. See, this is what I'm saying. That could, if he wins now, Pete, I want this to be a recurring theme. Okay, right, just going to open up a can of carbonated drink. I won't name the brand, but it's Coke Zero, because I'm a nutter. Starting soon. Good luck, everyone. Hope these boys have a good race. This is always the juicy race. This is the one we always want to see. So, what are the boys going to do here? My money, if I'm a betting man, from reverse order, I'm half tempted to say Lee. If Lee can get away well with Lennon, I reckon it could be one of them two. But we'll see. There we go. Race number 3, final race of the evening. And this will be round number 12 of a 24 round season. As we prepare for lights out for the final time this evening. It is going to be Bred on pole in Evo, Lee Cole in P2. Wait for those brakes to come on. There we are. The brakes are on. The engines are being revved. And for the final time this evening, it is lights out, away we go. Lennon gets away really well. Lee didn't have the best of starts there. Lennon already looking to attack. Bred's under pressure straight away from Lee, who could end up sneaking through, with Lennon who's going to push him through. Lennon in that Hyundai should have a nice little boost on him there. Ross in the Subaru is going to have to hold off the Hyundai of unsafe release. He's under pressure from blue flag early. Blue flag gives him a little push. The squeaky Scot has returned. getting feisty between Unsafe and Blue Flag already. Unsafe's having a massive wiggle again, and Blue Flag's going to go through. Flew? God, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Welcome back, Zach. Are you here? If you are, you're on mute. No, he's gone again. What a nightmare. Right, Pagani's still last. T. Smith in 11th. SPY has not been able to do much. The back five are pretty much as they are. SPY has dropped back a couple and is now under pressure from T. Smith into turn 1. T. Smith trying to force the room. Oh, SPY nearly dipped a wheel. He's had to lift off. Pagani's going to go through as well. And that's SPY at the back. I'll blame it on Peakman jinxing him, saying he's going to have a bad race. The Lee Cole is your current race leader. Brett is in P2, Lennon is in P3, and they've got a second back to Ross, who is battling with Blue Flag in the battle for P4. And Lennon has decided to go off the track, which is not advisable. Yeah. Drop zone 2, tipping point extraordinaire. Switchback is saying he's having internet problems, so it's going to be me for the final 17.5 minutes, which is good because I've got a lot of wind, so I should you should all enjoy that with me. But it's pretty much as you were. There's not too much going on. Lee does have a 6.5 tenth gap to Bread. We saw Lennon drop off, so Ross is now in P3 with Blue Flag right behind him. Ross will want to try and get a little bit of clean air. Unsafe Release is fast approaching in that Hyundai with Cusker, who's got through the field really, really well. T. Smith also has got past, and that's Pagani in the background, dipping a wheel slightly. And him and SBY trading blows. It looked to me just like a lot of speed into one corner, more than anything else. Pagani's still in 11th. Lennon hasn't dropped off completely, which is good, and Brett is now attacking Lee for the race lead. Lee's positioned his car pretty well. He knows what he's doing on that front. Doesn't want to overcommit, oversend the car like he's done there, because Brett, oh, Lee's managed to save that. So just take a little bit of the excitement out, does Lee. He doesn't need to force anything or do anything silly. We want him to get a good result if we can. Blue Flag has got past Ross, who's down in 6th, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. But Cusker's now got past. He's on an absolute mission at the minute. Unsafe Release as well, putting Blue Flag under some pressure in towards the kink, tricky part of the circuit. Everybody driving pretty well at the minute. Pagani and SBY are scrapping away. Pagani has got past SBY. I don't know whether there was a little bit of contact earlier on, I'm not entirely sure, or whether they were both just very committed into the corner and Pagani ended up dipping a wheel. That's a question for another day. We'll have to have a look at it a bit later on. Pagani is 5.4 seconds off. T. Smith is now closing up to his teammate Ross, who I imagine won't make it too difficult for him at this stage. But we've still got 14.5 minutes to go, so plenty of time. Brett driving really, really well behind Lee. Sometimes when you can see that clean track in front of you if you're in the race lead, as much as sometimes it can be a bit nervy being in the race lead, sometimes the clean track in front of you can really, really help. Otherwise you end up watching the car ahead too much, or the battles ahead. But these boys doing a really good job. Blue flag going well as it stands. Unsafe release. I mean, he's got a massive train of cars behind blue flag, so doesn't want to spend too much time looking what's back there, because otherwise that will definitely throw him off. And now Cusker and T Smith side by side for the final chicane. Opportunistic move. T Smith somehow manages to hold on to the car. And now Lionessy putting Ross under pressure into turn 1. Yeah, that car definitely comes in a lot nicer than some of the other ones, that Renault. But again, I mean, last place to first is literally 8 seconds. So yeah, all fairly calm at this point. Not too much going on. Unsafe release has got a run on blue flag. He's had a bit of a nightmare through the right hander. And now unsafe. Can try and close down those ahead. Now blue flag has got Cusker on his inside, and that Hyundai Power just glides past the Subaru. Now unsafe's off, have the wiggle, and Cusker's through. Blue flag's off in the background as well, so that's going to be Ross going past Lionessy and possibly Pagani too. It is. So blue flag tucks in behind Pagani, who gains another position. He's just slowly picking his way through the field. And he's only a handful of places behind his championship, well, his nearest championship rival at this point, Mr. Smith. And see, so Cartman in the background not having the best of times in this one, but then again we've seen with the trains and how much they slow each other down. I can't imagine he'll be back there by himself for too much longer. Now Lee did have a gap on Bredd, and Bredd's managed to pull it back, so he's doing a really good job. He's our American friend. See what he can do. They're approaching the halfway stage of the race, and both of them doing a really good job, other than Bredd when he's just hit into the barrier. And yeah, and that's my fault. So apologies, Bredd. But he's now dropped down to P5. It's as easy as that to lose positions in this division. But driven really, really well so far. So hopefully he can tag back on and show some form, whereas Lee's now got a 2-second gap to Cusker. So we've seen that the boys that have been getting their gaps tonight have been driving away into the sunset. Let's see whether Lee can do the same. He's got some speedy old boys behind him, one of which Cusker, who has had an excellent night once again, which is really good to see. Now Ross has managed to get back up to P4. T Smith is 12th. I've missed that, whatever's happened. I don't know whether that's an unforced error or there's been a collision somewhere, but he looks very much to me like he was on his own when that must have happened to him, so I can only think that there's been a human error from the robot that is Mr. Smith, as Lennon smacks into the final chicane wall, which we saw plenty of last night. Really easy to do, no judgments here. But he's not lost any time. Bredd's up to P3 again. Ross is now under pressure from unsafe release. So we are seeing some positions exchanged. Pagani's 10th. Now he was a bit further up, so maybe he's got in a tangle somewhere as well. And SPY is up to 7th. So what started off as a bad race for SPY has slowly starting to come together for him, which always seems to be the case with Sean. He seems to never start races particularly well, just from what I've seen from commentary purposes. Trying to break the toe of Mr. Blue Flag. He doesn't always start the races as well as he could, but he always tends to finish them really, really strong. So all that makes me think to myself is he's an excellent lover. You know, it doesn't give it the full beans to start, but you know, he always ends strong. So yeah, just my assumption. I mean, I've met him. I should probably change. Yeah, let's change topic, damn it. Let's not do that. Yeah, so back to the front runner. It's Elite. He's only lost to 10th, and Cusker's on his own. He's got Bread behind. He has picked up a penalty, and Ross is being pushed around the track by the German friend. Unsafe release. Lionessi in P6. He's had a really good night. And Pagani, he's struggling. A championship leader. I mean, thankfully for him, like say T Smith is behind him. SPY's only a couple ahead, and Fever isn't racing. So, from Pagani's point of view, if he managed to get through the field a bit cleaner than what he has done and some of the others, he would be in a really good position, championship-wise, better than he already is. Unsafe's had a wiggle. Ross still in P4, closing down Bread. A little bit of grass cutting. Unsafe dips towards the outside. Is he going to try and go on the outside of Ross at turn 1? It looks like he is. Ross just lifts off, gives Unsafe the position, gets himself back, recomposed, ready to go again. 7 minutes to go, so it's probably going to be about 6 laps. And Lee's gap's down to 1.4. Cusker is on the move. Lee driving really, really well at this point. Now Cusker will have the advantage when he gets into slipstream, because he's in a much faster car in a straight line. And Bread is doing really, really well. Kept himself in the podium places. Unsafe under pressure from Ross. Lioness is there as well. Blue Flag on his own. Oh, Pagani and Sean getting feisty, as they always do. Sean's just about kept it on the track. Pagani's up to 8th, so he's certainly putting the hammer down. T Smith is about to get past Sean, as he was certainly going to challenge him. Sean had an off. Cartman down 11th, Lennon 12th, and Lee is 5th. So, just must have been the final corner. Must have been the final corner, which has done it for Lee. But from driving so well, he finds himself in P5, which is still a good position. But Lionessi has gone the wrong way. I'm not too sure why he's gone that way. It's not I wouldn't say it's the favoured line. Not too sure what happened there. It sort of looked like he cut across him. Maybe he just dipped a wheel on the grass, and it's so impossible to save it around here. As soon as you touch that grass, you fly off the other way. I can absolutely vouch for that. But Cusker is now your race leader, 1.7 seconds. So Bread, who is driving really, really well. He's made one mistake earlier on, but other than that, he's been flawless in this race, which is really good to see. With his confidence, the world of good. Ross is back up into 3rd. Unsafe release going off at the final corner. It's a really common theme. Ross does his fastest lap of the race with a 13.6. Fastest lap of the race is SPY with 13.1, so he knows it's in there somewhere. Lioness is unfortunately left. So we'll have to catch up and find out what happened there. Sorry to see that for Lionessi, but we're going to focus on the last few minutes as Lee's taking a look at the inside of Unsafe release. Into the right, Unsafe holds it really well, and Lee backs off, gives him the room. Lee tries to cut back on him. going to be a good scrap here. And all the time they're doing this, that is allowing old darling Rossi Poo the chance to run away. And Bread is taken over half a second out of Kuska. So if Bread can somehow bleed his penalty off, you just never know. All it takes is a hit of that chicane, a run off into that grass. Bread's nailed that final chicane. And he's down to under a second. Pagani is 6th, T Smith is 7th, blue flag right behind with SB White. Lost a couple of drivers tonight, which is never fun. Goodwood does that to you though, to those, if any of you boys are watching that have actually backed out tonight. Don't let your spirits be dampened. Goodwood is a pain. It really is a pain. Just dust yourself off and go again next week. Bread is in slipstream range. And he's certainly on the charge. 6 tenths to go. Bread is... he's really pushing the limit to that car. He's back up to a second. He had to lift off there to stop himself spinning. Can he do it? Can he do it? We're going to get another 3 laps in. Ross has got a gap to Lee, who's past unsafe release now. And they're now under pressure from Pagani and T Smith. Now, these boys will probably work together, I'm thinking, maybe to get past unsafe and maybe catch up to Lee. Now if Pagani clears unsafe release and gets up to Lee, then there's every chance that Lee will let Pagani through, because they are teammates, these two. As much as Pagani will want Lee to have a good result, that championship battle, every single point really does count. There's a big train of cars here for P6, for P5 should I say. Pagani looks to the inside. Has he got enough of a run? Unsafe goes wide. Pagani's now going to try it around the outside. Unsafe covers it off well. Really good driving. T Smith going to take a look. Blue flag. And take a look down the inside of Tom. Unsafe runs wide. Pagani's going to get a run, but that Hyundai is really good in a line. T Smith's going to try and push Unsafe past and try and go with him. This is going to be spicy. Pagani's going to have to stay committed here, and T Smith, can he follow him through? Oh, it's going to be tight. Unsafe to the outside. T Smith does get through. He had to try and make that stick, and he did. Unsafe release won't be happy to lose those 2 positions, but there was nothing wrong from what I could see. He just had to take the opportunity, had to take that risk. Now, can Pagani close up to his teammate, and can he hold off Mr. Smith? There'll be this lap and one more. This will be a really positive result. Bread is only half a second behind Kuska. If Kuska makes a mistake, I'm not even sure. I don't think Bread has ever won a race. Certainly hasn't won a race in GT1. Or has he? Do you know, I honestly can't remember. But I'm going to go with the fact that he's not won a race in GT1. And if you have, Bread, I sincerely apologise. It's a matter of a couple of car lengths. See, he has won a race. My apologies, Bread. I just couldn't remember. I thought he might have done, but maybe I was overthinking it. My apologies, Bread. No offence caused there, mate. Well, never meant, should I say. But can he do it? T Smith has got past Pagani. Who's now under pressure from Unsafe. So Pagani's made a mistake somewhere. Now this is crucial for him. He cannot afford to lose any more positions here. Otherwise that nice little championship lead he's got, just by losing a couple of points, is enough to really set you off. Bread is 0.1 of a second behind. He's got half a lap to do it. Kuska just needs to get down this straight. not make any mistakes for the final corner. SPY's got past unsafe. Lee Cole has made a mistake as well somewhere, so he's back down in 7th. He has got past unsafe release though. Cuska's going to come through the final few corners. I'm going to try and get all the action as best I can. He's nailed those last couple of corners as Kuska. Can he just navigate the final chicane? Oh, Brett, it's the wall. That's going to be a race win for Kuska. Fantastic drive from the Irishman. And he's let unsafe through, let Brett through. He's conceded the win. T. Smith gets 3rd. He's gained a couple of points on Pagani as he got past Ross. So T. Smith rounds for the podium. I'm really confused. Kuska's just gifted the win. But it's, in fairness, it is his teammate. It is actually his teammate. I forgot about that. But nevertheless, I mean, Kuska was the race winner on track pretty much, and Brett out of nowhere has ended the night as your winner. So, well, congratulations to the two teammates there. What a performance that was! A really exciting end to the stream. Yeah, I mean, fair play. I'm chuffed to bits for Brett because he thoroughly deserved that race win. He drove excellently. Other than that one mistake we saw him make, he was absolutely fantastic. So good job to him. Kuska, probably my driver of the night in fairness. T. Smith obviously done really, really well. 1st, 2nd and a 3rd. Ross in P4. Pagani in 5th. So all that he's ended up doing tonight is losing 1 point to Tom. So I think if you said to Pagani he was going to be 17 points clear of T. Smith at the midway point of the season, he would have bitten your hand off for that. So SPY finishes in 6th, Lee Cole 7th. What could have been for Lee? Unsafe down in 8th, Blue Flag 9th, Cartman 10, Lennon 11, and then we lost a Lionessy, which was a shame, and we lost Phoebe earlier on. But nevertheless, that is us done for the midway point of the season now. So we're going to get towards the business end. Obviously, just a handful of weeks left of this GT season, and then we'll be getting ready to bring you loads of new action, loads of new content for the release of Gran Turismo 7 on March the 4th, which I know my grandparents are listening, so if you'd love to gift me that game, that would be wonderful. Love you both. But no, jokes aside, yeah, going to be a really, really good second half of the season. Like I said, next week I will be bringing you all of the action via my PC, so we'll have some nice headers across the screen. We'll bring you some instant replays. We'll give you all sorts of different acts, and I think I've even managed to get hold of an interview from a certain T. Smith. He won't know what I'm talking about, but I can't wait to show you all next week. So if that doesn't give you reason to want to come along and watch, then please do. Before you will go, please do like the stream for me. It does massively help us out, even if you've had a bad night. Yeah, it's massively appreciated. So, but well done to all of the race winners tonight, all the podium sitters, and of course all the drivers who bring you excellent action every single week. And from me, I will see you next time where we are at... I'm not sure. I will tell you in just a moment before we go. Autopolis Short next week. So that should be another really, really good race. Big trains. So until then, have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.